Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. So we're talking about things to add to your calendar, and the Fashion Arches Carnival Pop Up is happening on Friday, the 26th of January at Queen's Hall. In studio with us this morning, we have Ayin Earl Williams, founder and lead brand consultant of Fashion Arch GT, and we also have Yesenia, creator of Dyad Onment. Good morning to both of you and welcome to the show.
Morning. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure to have both of you with us on the show this morning. Thank you for taking out the time of a hectic season. Now, I know that you are no stranger to the Now Morning Show. In fact, you celebrated your 3rd-year anniversary with us right here as well.
Yes.
How does it feel to be back and continuing with the brand?
It's been our journey, and of course, thank you for having me here. And this year is actually going to be 8 years now.
Wonderful.
So yeah, it's been going well.
8 years, and 8 years of you investing and continuing to, of course, create legacies for creatives such as yourself, Yesenia. How does it feel to be back again? We were speaking off air and you said that this is your 2nd year with Fashion Arch. What has the relationship been like for you?
Well, it has been a really great relationship because, funny enough, I've been trying to do the market with Anne for a while now, and I have never had the opportunity. Things always been kind of busy or mixed up. So last year I had the opportunity to take part in the in-store market, and it was really good because she sold all the pieces, and I did really good. So that kind of invited me or made me feel comfortable to come back and do another market. I'm really excited about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, we're excited as well because there are so many incredible things that you're going to be able to access, but also the fact that, you know, you're continue to invest, and you're bringing vendors to the fore and showing them not just to Trinidad and Tobago, but to the world. So share with us a little bit about the experience of the Carnival Pop-Up. What has preparation been like so far?
So it's been a bit busy and hectic, as Yesenia was saying, in terms of I have now a physical space, and I have done it in terms of a pop-up store concept before. And that was actually because the first Carnival Pop-Up we did last year was actually, it was so popular and people wanted a second one. We had to find another option for it. But I realized too that during this time, it is a space that we should be finding ways to celebrate our culture, celebrate local, celebrate our creativity, and giving, of course, locals and even the foreigners that opportunity to support local, get your clothing, your accessories, your body wear, your body and beauty products. And then, of course, Ash Wednesday is Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So we would have, of course, the jewelry for that, candles, homeware, anything that you can find, even drinks as well, too, that you can put in your pouches and go to your carnival, your cooler fets as well, too. So we have over 30 brands going to be there this Friday, and we're really excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited too. Just looking at some of the things that are going to be there right now, definitely evoking feelings of being Caribbean, of course, but also
Carnival,
the culture.
so color, carnival, culture, you're going to get it. You're going to get handmade, all locally made. We even have persons doing, like I see now, too, in terms of that local art. So we're getting things handmade. Yeah, so it's totally handmade, you know. It looks so professional. And that's a thing, too, I think I want persons to realize that we do have that talent here. We do have the great things that can stand up to international brands right in Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, most definitely. There's no doubt about that as well. And talking about things that can stand up on an international scale, tell us a little bit about Dyad Onment and how you started and what you bring to the table.
Well, Dyad Onment she was birthed in 2016 while I was doing nursing. And I think it was more of a spiritual journey for me because you know, I was studying about different information, a lot of Moorish history, a lot of Egyptian history, and I found a lot of different symbols and significance of things that we have here locally that I want to kind of incorporate and see how we could wear it. So to honor that kind of feminine energy, I felt like I was just taken by the wire, and I was just drawn to make these beautiful creations. So some of my pieces, like on the screen here, we have the steel pan.
Right.
So even though the steel pan is not just a steel pan, it's the sound of spirit, because the steel pan has a lot of history with us here in this island. And because it means to have defense against authority, I think that kind of stand out to me. I remember my grandfather, because he was in the mass band and he was there when they was doing the riots and the fighting and all these different things. So kind of wearing the steel pan kind of bring back that essence of who we are as a people, the songs that we make and the things that we came from and our history, as well as the hummingbird. So even though it's a hummingbird, we see it all the time, it is known as a messenger, and the hummingbird kind of brings messages to us. So yes, it's a bird from the island, but it's also a spiritual ancestor that brings us the messages. So I try to incorporate all these different things in my jewelry. So you're not just wearing jewelry, but you're wearing a talisman, you know, an adornment that helps you connect to the culture as well as to our spiritual side of ourselves.
And this is quite fascinating because looking at the pieces, definitely you can evoke that emotion and that feeling. But what about doing signature pieces? Do you do signature pieces as well?
I do have signature pieces. So one like is my A. So I have certain statement pieces I'll always make. So spirals are very important to me because they represent spirituality. It also represents death and rebirth. So every day we go to sleep, we have that death, we have that rebirth, just like the sun sets and it rises every day. So you get that kind of energy. So most of my statement pieces will have some sort of spirals or corals in it because of the messages of abundance and prosperity.
Wonderful. Now I notice you have on some copper here. So do you work with copper as well?
Yes, I do. So most of my pieces, even though it's gold, the base is copper. And because copper has a lot of healing properties, I tend to use it in all my pieces because I want people to not just wear jewelry, but to also have a healing experience while looking fabulous.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean?
And of course, we're seeing there on the screen are some of your incredible work. Now, Ayin, let's come back to you for a quick moment there, speaking about, of course, the experience. What can, like, you know, normally when we walk into these things, we definitely are hit with those different energies and that experience. How important is it for you to create the experience, not just for those who are visiting as customers, but what about your vendors as well?
So exactly, in terms of what you're saying with connectivity, the name of our business is the Fashion Arch. So we try to connect persons sort of outside of the experience. You're coming in and you see what we have to offer. It is a space for the vendors themselves to connect with each other. It's a space for them to present their brand stories, present themselves, and tell persons what they have to offer. So I also ensure too not only that the public gets a chance to connect with vendors if they don't usually have that space, but also that the vendors themselves can connect with each other to then find ways to promote collaboration, find ways that they can then do things together and move forward.
That's wonderful as well, considering that, of course, we saw many brands during COVID-19, everything went online. And many times as a customer, you want to be able to go and actually see the pieces, touch and feel and see what resonates with you. Now, can we just get a few more details about the pop-up? It's happening on Friday, correct?
Yes. So Friday the 26th at the lobby of Queen's Hall from 3 to 9. It's free entry. We have cash and card accepted, of course, easy parking and everything. Over 30 local brands. You get your clothing, accessories, footwear, cool down, your body and beauty, your drinks. We have demos as well. We have people doing their own makeup, so you could come and do makeup, body art, henna, and you could get either get them done there or actually do your make appointments. And as well, we even have persons doing hair supplies. So you could get braids if you want to get done for Carnival as well.
So we're coming there to get ready for the fete?
Basically.
Okay,
So
fantastic.
Later that day we have parties going on from Friday and Saturday. You could get your outfits and then go straight to the party.
Absolutely wonderful. And this is great as well as we talk about tourism, because we know everybody's coming down for Carnival. Tourists are here already. Good morning to all of you and welcome. So this is the place that you need to go to get ready for your events. Now, one of the things, Ayin, we also discussed briefly was the fact that you are fully booked for this.
Yes, people are still calling, but unfortunately we're booked for this one. Look out if it's anything. If not for Easter, for Mother's Day, will be on other pop-up. We do themed pop-ups, so based on the season, we do something. So for Carnival, Easter, Mother's Day, during the Java time, and then Christmas.
Okay, wonderful. So then you jump to my next question, which was, is this the last one for Carnival 2024?
For now, yes. If not, if you'd like to get some of the brands, I do have my own retail space, the Fashion Arch Gallery in St. James. You could come check us there, or if not, just contact any of the brands that you may see at the space.
Okay, absolutely wonderful. And how many brands are going to be represented?
At the space, over like 35 of us right now.
Wonderful. So you can get any and everything that you need. So Yasani, let's come back to you for a quick moment. Very briefly, perhaps in maybe 2 to 3 words, could you just sum up your brand and what you want it to be to the world?
Well, my brand is a brand that helps women touch into the feminine side of themselves, but also help to build character in terms of the pieces that call out to you and the pieces that you wear. So my long-term goal is just for women to really embrace that feminine energy and to understand that even though you may not want to wear excessive pieces of jewelry, you could also wear something very minimalistic and you could still make a statement. So it's really about uplifting fallen humanity, which is women. And sometimes you feel as though you don't feel a particular way today. You know, we have our different moods and things that we go through. I always feel like a piece of jewelry could always change your mood, because then somebody would be like, oh my God, you look so beautiful, those earrings. Oh my God, I love how those rings accentuate your fingers. You know what I mean? So that is the goal for women, to really just tap into that side of themselves while wearing the jewelry.
Wonderful. And Ayin, any closing comments to Trinidad and Tobago and the brand, Fashion Arch?
Just in terms of just continue to support local, love local, and for everyone to have a great carnival season.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, Ayin, Yesenia, thank you so much for being here this morning. Looking forward to seeing more success with the Fashion Arch and with Dyad Onment. We have a lot more coming up on the Now Morning Show. Birthdays are coming up next, so stay tuned. We'll be back in a few moments.